Crate and Barrel style can be described as classic, contemporary, and timeless. They're known for providing high quality, durable furniture and home decor that fits both in modern and traditional homes. However, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to get the look for less, and I mean way less. Most of my lamps are typically neutral, but recently I've been wanting to try something with a pop of color. I really like this lamp from Crate and Barrel because of the texture that's on the base of the lamp, and I like the contrast with the rattan shade. I found this amazing lamp, and what drew me to this were the handles. I love that they're a little different, a little quirky, and definitely something that's going to be a statement piece. For the colors, I went to Hobby Lobby and I settled on antique teal and also mixed that with hunter green. I wanted my lamp to be a little more dark and moody. The inspo pic comes off a little bit more on the teal side, but I went ahead and added a little bit more hunter green just to give it a moody feel. I also added in baking powder as well to give the lamp some texture. So this is what the lamp looks like after just one coat. So I'm definitely going to add another just to fill in all the areas. I also spray painted the finial that came with it in a gold color, but I'm actually not feeling it. So I'm going to just pick something that I already have from my stash from, of course, other thrifted lamps. Another change that I made is that I switched out the harp to something shorter, just using a harp from another thrifted lamp that I had, and that way it created more balance between the shade and the lamp. This dining chair is inspired by mid-century Swiss and Italian design. I love the arched back and the leather seats. However, one downside for me is the fact that it's made with solid oak and, unfortunately, engineered wood. I feel if you're asking $589 per chair, it really needs to be solid wood. I was lucky enough to score a mid-century modern inspired chair that's also made by an Italian designer. Now I did have to get rid of the seat because there was tons of mold, the fabric was torn, just really in bad shape. However, that presents an opportunity to do something a little differently. Lulu in Georgia has this amazing stool, and I really love the sling styled seat. So my plan is to do something similar for my chair. So Hobby Lobby has quite an assortment of different types of leathers that you can use for any upholstery project. And the price point for most of them really isn't bad. Now, I love the touch and feel of real leather, so I really didn't want to use a faux leather product for this project. I thrifted this jacket some time ago, and I intentionally was on the hunt for a large jacket that I could use for fabric. I figured it would be a little cheaper than getting it by the yard. I did end up getting some extra fabric from Hobby Lobby because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with something a little lighter. But in the end, I chose to use the leather from the jacket because it was a lot stronger, and I'm really pleased with how everything turned out. CB2 is a sister site for Crate and Barrel, and it's their more modern version of things, which is funny because I think Crate and Barrel is already very modern. Nonetheless, I found this thrifted mirror and it actually has Crate and Barrel stamped on the back. My thoughts are that maybe Crate and Barrel used to carry this and then they pushed it over to their more modern sister site at CB2. I really like the finish on this mirror. It has like a slightly like hammered, worn finish to it, and there are little specks of black as well. So I really like the dimension and the texture of this piece. I paid only $12, and right now I don't have a spot for this, nor do I have the proper hardware, but I just couldn't pass it up at only $12. Now on to another mirror, and it is the Memeni mirror by Athena Calderon in this beautiful burlwood finish. I tend to like a lot of her pieces. She gives a really great eclectic mix of an updated postmodern with some earthy pieces, and this mirror just ticks all the boxes for me. I thrifted this mirror for only $9. Now, obviously it's not made of burlwood, but it does have the same or almost similar shape. I love the texture on this. I love the stone. It's also very heavy. And because it's a neutral color, there's so many styling options for this. In addition to lamps, I also love thrifting baskets and other woven pieces from the thrift store. Crate and Barrel has this beautiful woven collection, and I really like the bowl. It's $49.95, and I love how they've styled it with greens, bunch of lemons on a bar cart. Really creative take on using your woven items. Now, the tray counterpart to this comes in at $59.95, and of course, I thought that I could do a little bit better in terms of what my thrifted alternative would be. These baskets were a jackpot find. So the lid was only $3.99 and the basket was $4.99. They had them priced separately, and I'm not really sure if it's exactly like a set because the lid doesn't fit perfectly on top when it's in its concave form. When it's convex, however, it does sit nicely in the basket. I think you could easily hang the lid on a wall as well. Just really, bringing attention to all the details. This was such a great find. Our last woven piece is this decorative tray for $79.95 and is quite large at 24 inches. Forgive me with the quality of this clip. It did start to rain as I started to film. However, let's get to this amazing tray. I love the wood and iron accents on the handles, and then you have these small, like skinny legs propping up this tray. Such a unique piece, and best of all, it was only $3. Had I gone to Crate and Barrel, my total would have been $1,716.82. But with thrifting, it was only $40.49, and that is exactly why I will always be a thrifter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you check out my next video right here.